Hello, everybody. My name is Madman. I'm a competitive Splatoon coach and analyst, and today I'm going to be going over the fact that wellstring just won an area cup, even though we haven't seen it be run at all, except for when it released, or in Rainmaker. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it and the area cup that this happened with and the player behind it. So this area cup was pretty decent with the players in it. Overall, I saw a post on Bluesky about it. I'm not gonna necessarily go back to it. Almost all area cups are honestly stacked, but yeah, just if you don't know, area cup is one of the hardest tournaments in the world to win besides the special area cups, which are definitely a lot better. If we're looking at this first like view of the match, we can see that in just this area cup, seven members in finals are showing a top 10 Takaroka match. TKF, he also has that. He's just not showing it. And TKF is the one we care about because they are a bow player, but they don't play wellstring, except for now. So, real quick, I'm gonna introduce the players. Um, so this is Lobster right here. Best Blast, best blaster ever. Maybe like some people can contest him, but in general, he seems the best. Like Yo-Chan's pretty much the only person who's been able to keep up with him recently. Um, this guy is Chiyako or something similarly that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have his name memorized. This guy is a VAC 96 one trick, and he I kind of know him from the fact that he runs three mains as swim speed. I don't know if he actually did that here because I don't remember seeing it, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did because he used to win tournaments by doing that. And double player, I forgot their name because they don't post on YouTube. They are very strong though, obviously. And then TKF, they play mainly Reflux, but recently I've been playing more Ecline. And now they just picked up wellstring for this tournament. And they just win. I'm not going to keep audio on for this because I want to talk over it and I don't want it to be disruptive. But yeah, right here we can see the three mazes swim speed Homer 96. Also, I don't know 100% of the people on the opponent's team except for Ko. Ko is best slosher in the world. I probably have seen these other players before, but I don't recognize them off the top of my head. So this is a match on Flounder, so our opponents actually have a leader player and a long rapid player, but neither of them are playing those weapons because Flounder's very short range. And we're still playing Wellstring because Wellstring, it can actually deal with maps like this. We'll see later in the set they actually pick Urchin and win pretty dominantly. And in my own experience, I've actually loved Urchin with Wellstring because Wellstring actually is weak to other anchors. So when you play maps that the anchors are weak on and it's not, then it's going to be even stronger. So that's something neat about it. We're going to see a lovely fact cap here. But in general, like I don't think TKF actually played really good with Wellstring in this tournament. I'm going to be honest. And it makes sense because he doesn't really play Wellstring from what I know. I've never seen him stream it. I've never seen him post a video on it. And he doesn't stream very often. But he does enough to where you can tell what he means by it. And he doesn't play Wellstring. But this was a special event where he brought out wellstring anyways. And honestly, I might say that he just got carried for like the most part. Like bro jumps into this and then tries to fight it out. So chopped for bro. But like either way, it's still really nice seeing representation from it, and I do believe he can get better at wellstring itself, considering his experience with the first stringers and how he has the JP environment that we don't. OMG, JP players have the JP environment. That could be a whole entire different video, but that video's been made by other people, so I'm not doing that. But like, for what we're seeing in this comp, they run it the whole time, but it's S-Blast, Fact 96, Dapple, and Wellstring. For a while, we've been seeing like Inkline pop up. I might have mentioned that in my last video, but we haven't seen much of Wellstream. And like Inkline was put in similar comps to this, but Inkline actually initially came up as like, okay, we're playing with a roller coolerless comp, so we're gonna be playing Inkline with paint. And then we tried other comps with Inkline. And now we're trying those comps with Wellstream. And I think Wellstream works better in these comps, honestly. I'm not trying to be biased as a Wellstream player myself. I'm just trying to say, like, Incline is more specialized for what the coolerless roller comp wanted, while Wellstream is more adaptable for comps like this that are more standard. And we've been seeing like a lot of VAC recently and also VDAPL recently. And those two, like VAC 96 and VDAPL pairing, have become honestly kind of standard. So yeah, like real quick, I want to talk about crab leg. If you don't know, wellstring sucks on crab leg because of it not being able to really do anything about the grates. Like it can sit on the grates, but it can't fight anything on the grates very easily unless it's like getting rushed down and it can use this one shot. And also, it struggles against the anchors that are picked on crab leg, like Leader and Cooler Rabbit, which we're seeing both of in this match. But we still pick Wellstring. We're either picking it because, wow, it's that much better, or because we're trying to learn it. I would have watched the VODs if possible from their POV, but none of them streamed it. So, I do not know. But either way, we still see them win with it anyways. Something you're going to be seeing a lot from TKF is with Wellstring, we sit under ledges a lot on like crab leg and between. We don't really have the ledges like that for like flounder or urchin, which are played. Because like those the maps don't really have proper plats that are like actually reasonable to get to. But yeah, Wellstring's kind of been untouched, even like when its hammer buff happened. But like it has been strong. And we're just understanding now like more ways to play than just pen, and that's allowing Wellstring to like see some use. Like look at this, 100-0 with Wellstring on crab leg. Like it's really nice to be able to see this. Now, are we going to see a lot of backline diversity? Maybe, but we're seeing the bows specifically. I just like think that we're probably gonna ignore a lot of anchors. And honestly, like I don't blame people for that. Like I don't think we're gonna be seeing heavy splat link. I don't maybe we'll see like a little bit of ballpoint. I don't want to see ballpoint, but maybe we'll see it. I think maybe bulbs is probably gonna outdo ballpoint, so maybe it might not even be picked that much anyways. We're seeing leader, uh, but like not as much as bow. Bow is taking over leader because leader doesn't have the ping or the special. Like, sure, it's better at its one job, but it does lose out on some aspects which are kind of important right now. And I talked about that in my last video as well. This video ties back a lot to the meta development, so yeah. If you haven't seen my last video, you should totally watch it. I love self-promoting in my own video. But yeah, when Mincemeat's picked, like, we were actually gonna 3-0. Then Lobster fell off the map, but then fed to a leader on the last retake that they needed, and then threw the whole game. Like, I wasn't paying full attention to Lobster the whole time, but that drew the whole games, so I have to kind of throw a little shade at him for it. It's nothing too bad, though. We all make mistakes. Can't get mad at somebody like that. You still won the tournament anyways. Just, yeah, I think it was funny how bro literally fell off the map. But yeah, in general, like, Pen is just becoming, like, less prominent recently because it feels like it's entirely specialized at getting cooler while being safe and applying a bit of pressure, but the pressure that you get from cooler is not as much as the pressure you get from being a different anchor and then having slightly less consistent coolers. Like if you have a VDAPL and a wellstring, that may be stronger than having like a pen and a I don't know uh, exactly what I would compare to it. Maybe a VDolly would work, but VDolly might be slower than Apple. But either way, the point is that like keeping up constant pressure in this game is like really strong, and when we're picking weapons that do that better rather than just playing around specials that do that better. Ideally, we want both, but like if we have to pick one, then sometimes we'll prioritize the main weapons for that instead of just playing for cooler spam. That's why we're seeing some weapons that don't necessarily have optimal specials, but we don't see them often, honestly. Like we see leader, it has Wavebreaker. Wavebreaker, probably bottom tier. But you know what leader does? It gets pressure as a main weapon. So it's entirely about fine tuning that value and understanding that, like which to prioritize. So quickly, do I think wellstring is better than Inkling right now? In standard comps, yes. By standard, I am going to refer Fact Apple, I mean Fact 96 Feed Apple as standard by this point because we've seen it win multiple area cups in a row or something similar to it win. Quite frankly, that is not a fluke. Is that the standard for the Western players? No. Will that be the standard for the Western players? Give it maybe a month or two, we'll see. I think people are going to be like noticing this like to a point where they're going to stop ignoring it. Like And oh yeah, Lobster fell off the map there. Poor guy. Let's watch that replay. Yo, Lobster, you just got a pick. Yay! Now he's dead. That drew the game. They were able to get a cab, but then they weren't able to retake like fully, and then they just got pulled out again. Sorry, spoilers, but yeah. Anyways, the Western scene doing this. Western scene likes to copy JP. They will need time to adapt to it though. And I don't think that like we're going to do it nearly as perfect as them. And I think that us playing for our specials are probably gonna get more value than them playing for their specials because quite frankly, it's easier and we're worse at the game. But to be better at the game, I want us to try and force ourselves to switch up that idea from like being, oh yeah, we just play pen, S blast, bucket, and a support because we're used to it and we do well on it right now. And I want us to switch more to like, how can we get better at the game? Like, what are these comps that like are difficult but can work if we push it right? And like test those out, like preferably like multiple different comps like that, so that we don't just have to like get one, but like we have to understand like everything about the game, and that will make us better players in the end. Like I think that's probably why JP is a little bit better than us. Like that's a reason that people haven't mentioned so much. People were always like, "Oh yeah, pickup culture is ruining the West. We need teams." But really, just play solo queue, play pickups, get used to every aspect of the game. If you're playing with one team and getting better only with that team, then are you truly even getting better at the game? I mean, you are getting better, but not necessarily at everything and not by as much as you could be. So yeah, I'd like to say that. And what else more do I have to say? Oh right, are the it's like wellstring and a standard comp better than Inkline and its colorless roller comp? I'd say probably by this point. We haven't been seeing the roller recently or decaf. Decaf has fallen off hard, and the West has not realized it. By the way, like honestly, decaf never even was truly that busted in the first place. Like I swear, the West was like actually the West still is glazing. I think way too hard, man. Oh, like seriously, I think the reason that we see decaf as good is just because it can paint while being aggressive. But like if you compare it to a V slosh, the V slosh also can paint while being aggressive, and it can probably be better at doing both because it has strike and it has more range. And like decaf has his one shot obviously, but like slosher can kill in about the same time as the one shot takes to come out, specifically if you dash with it. So like, I'm not gonna say decaf is the worst thing in the world, but like, if we're calling it X tier meta weapon, I feel like we're overstating everything. But yeah, this was really nice to see, honestly. Kind of made my day. Uh, I think I'm gonna let it play out and try and collect a few more dots. I know this hold is what KOs. Um, Overall, we need to play more VDapple as well. VDapple's good, and people aren't playing it that much right now. Um, Test over anchors. Like, we tried Incline, now we're trying VWell. We've well, actually, both was pretty much only in solo queue and in the West, but not necessarily at top level in the West. Just like the low players I know all play bulbs. But yeah, I think that's about what I have to say. Just push yourselves and don't get comfortable doing one thing. And think for yourselves, most importantly. To be the truly great player, you can't just follow what everyone else does. You can be a good player by doing that, but you'll never be the best. Also, I'm not going to say I told you so that wellstring is good, but I told you so. Bye bye.